He left me over a few texts. You can judge me if you want. Everyone else already has. But I swear to God, I never cheated on my husband. Not physically. Not even once. What I did was stupid. Reckless. Emotional. I know that now. But back then, it didn't feel like betrayal. Not really. Not until I lost everything. We were married for 6 years. 6. That's not nothing. That's not a fling. That's birthdays, holidays, family dinners, and Sunday mornings in bed. That's knowing each other's coffee orders, movie preferences, how we both like the laundry folded. 6 years of life together. I thought that meant something. But apparently, all it takes is a few texts to burn it all to the ground. It started slow. I never meant for it to go that far. It was a guy from work. We were just talking, harmless at first, funny memes, the occasional inside joke, stuff we couldn't say around our boss. Innocent, right? But somewhere along the way, the messages changed. They got flirty. It felt good, okay? I felt seen. Desired. Like someone actually noticed me again. My husband, let's call him Mark, he wasn't cruel or anything. He just stopped seeing me, you know? We were like roommates more than lovers. Always tired. Always busy. Always distracted. And here was this guy, let's call him Adam, telling me I looked amazing that day, saying he dreamt about me, calling me beautiful in ways I hadn't heard in years. So yeah. I let it happen. I didn't shut it down. I even encouraged it. I texted back. I flirted. I fantasized. I went places in my head I never intended to go in real life. But I never touched him. I never crossed that line. Then one night, Mark found the messages. I'd left my phone charging in the kitchen. He was getting water. I was upstairs, brushing my teeth, getting ready for bed. When I came down, his face was pale. He didn't say a word. I just held out my phone with the screen open. And there it was, my stupid, careless, impulsive words staring back at me. Things like, if only things were different. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like if you were mine. He doesn't even notice me anymore. And worse. I froze. I couldn't breathe. I opened my mouth, but no sound came out. He just shook his head and said, I never thought it would be you. After he found the messages, Mark didn't yell. He didn't throw anything. He didn't even cry. And that, somehow made it worse. I begged him to listen. Told him nothing actually happened. That I'd never even seen Adam outside of work. No dinners, no hotel rooms, no secrets beyond those stupid texts. But Mark just stood there. Like a stranger. He said, do you hear yourself? You're acting like it's better that you wanted to cheat but didn't. I told him it was just fantasy. He said, you gave the most dangerous part of you to someone else, your mind. He slept on the couch that night. And the night after that. And then he moved into the guest room. I kept trying. Cooking his favorite meals. Sending long, emotional texts at work like, please, let's talk. We can fix this. I even deleted Adam from my phone, blocked him, and told him never to message me again. Mark didn't care. He was polite. Civil, but cold. I cried in the shower every night so he wouldn't hear me. I stared at our wedding photos like they could give me answers. I even started sleeping with his hoodie just to feel him near. And all the while, I thought, he'll come back. He has to. 6 years doesn't just vanish. This is just a phase. A storm. He'll calm down. He'll remember how much we love each other. I was wrong. A few weeks later, I came home from work, and the closet was half empty. His cologne, gone. His toothbrush, gone. His drawer in the bathroom? Empty. Panic hit me like a wave crashing over my chest. I called him. Straight to voicemail. I texted. Where are you? What's going on? He replied 20 minutes later. I'm staying somewhere else for a while. I'll have my lawyer reach out. That was the first time I saw the word lawyer in black and white. It felt like the floor opened up beneath me. I called again. He didn't answer. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't eat. Couldn't think. I'd stare at the walls and replay every moment, every little decision that led us here. That one message I could have deleted. That one compliment I shouldn't have replied to. That one night I chose to stay silent instead of saying, I feel invisible in this marriage. Why didn't I talk to Mark instead? I started living off coffee and excuses. I told my friends he was traveling for work. I even kept wearing my wedding ring. As if that could somehow anchor reality. And then, one afternoon, I saw them. Mark. And her. They were at the park. He was laughing. She touched his arm. He didn't pull away. I froze behind a tree like some kind of stalker. She was pretty. Not gorgeous, but soft. Warm. Present. The way I used to be. They looked happy. And I felt something inside me snap. I drove home sobbing so hard I had to pull over. I wanted to scream. Smash something. I wanted to wake up from this nightmare and crawl back into my old life, into his arms. How could this be happening? How could he replace me so easily? Over a few texts. It took me 3 days to gather the courage to text him again. Please. Just talk to me. One last time. That's all I'm asking. To my surprise, he said yes. We met at the coffee shop down the street, the same place we used to go every Sunday when we were first dating. I wore the perfume he used to love. I stared at myself in the mirror 5 times before leaving. Practiced what I'd say on the walk there, over and over. Tell him you're sorry. Tell him it was a mistake. Tell him you love him. When I saw him walk in, my heart dropped. He looked lighter. Like someone who'd already let go. That scared me more than anything else. We sat across from each other. The silence between us felt like a chasm. I spoke first. You look good. He smiled faintly. Thanks. I reached for his hand without thinking. He didn't pull away. But he didn't hold it either. Mark. I know I messed up. But I didn't cheat. I swear. I felt alone. I felt like you didn't see me anymore. And when someone else did, I was weak. I admit that. But I never stopped loving you. I never wanted to leave you. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said. I know you didn't sleep with him. That's not why I left. I blinked. Then why? He looked me in the eyes. No anger. Just calm and sadness. Because I don't trust you anymore. My throat tightened. But we can rebuild trust, right? Couples do that. We can go to therapy, we can. He shook his head gently. You didn't just flirt. You confided in him. You told him things you never told me. You shared yourself with him. You gave him the version of you that I haven't seen in years. And the worst part? You never even told me you were unhappy. I opened my mouth. Closed it. He continued. I found out through texts meant for someone else that my wife felt neglected. That she wondered about other men. That she thought about leaving. Do you have any idea how humiliating that is? Not just the betrayal, but the fact that you never trusted me enough to say it to my face. Tears filled my eyes. I was scared. So you chose him instead of me? No, I chose distraction instead of facing what I really felt. He nodded slowly. That's exactly the problem. Then he leaned back and said something I'll never forget. Love without honesty is just performance. And I don't want to perform anymore. It felt like someone punched the air out of my lungs. He stood up. Looked down at me with the softest, saddest eyes. I loved you. More than anyone I've ever known. But I can't unsee what I saw. And I can't be in a marriage where I'm constantly wondering what part of you belongs to someone else. And just like that, he walked out. No yelling. No drama. Just, the end. I sat there long after he left. My coffee was cold. My hands were shaking. I wanted to scream, to chase after him, to say something that would change it all. But there was nothing left to say. This wasn't about the texts anymore. It was about the truth behind them. About everything I didn't say when I should have. About every time I chose silence over vulnerability. Fantasy over discomfort. Comfort over honesty. He left me over a few texts. But now I know better. He left because those texts weren't a mistake. They were a mirror. And the woman staring back? She wasn't the wife he married.